Congress just passed the Camp Lejeune Justice Act.
The ads are everywhere. Hundreds of attorneys seeking clients harmed by contaminants that leached into drinking water at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina between 1953 and 1987.
People should know.
83-year-old Patricia Geiger of Abington has seen the ads. We talked to her son, Nick, in 2006. He was in the Marines and drove a hospital bus to the base for about a year in the 1970s. He suffered from liver problems, headaches, blood clots, and tumors.
Over 200 tumors in his body. Now, what caused them?
Her son believed it was the toxic water at Camp Lejeune. The VA denied his claims 5 times.
I just feel like I'm getting kicked in the teeth by the government that I served.
Nick Geiger died in 2018. He fought for years for benefits he felt that he was entitled to get.
I was proud of him.
The battle started more than 25 years ago for retired Marine Master Sergeant Jerry Ensminger.
It was a hallelujah moment for me, you know.
He's glad to see the ads and grateful for the new law, the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022. It allows victims of the contaminated water to file claims for damages. Ensminger stood behind the president as the law was signed. He is one of the key advocates who, for decades, pushed the government to pay attention to toxic water issues at Camp Lejeune and those sickened by it.
My daughter died in 1985, and all kinds of other people died, years and years ago.
His daughter, Janie, was born at Camp Lejeune in 1976. She died of leukemia. Janie was 9 years old. Ensminger has filed a claim which we discovered is a complicated process. He hired a lawyer, and so did Hagerstown native retired Marine Major Sidney Huguenin III.
How do you prove the day I got cancer? You can't. So I do believe it was from the water at Camp Lejeune.
He suffers from kidney cancer and an autoimmune disease. Huguenin says as a child, he lived at Camp Lejeune with his family from 1955 to 1959. His late father was also a Marine. He had colon cancer. His mother, Catherine, died from breast cancer and emphysema, although her son says she did not smoke. His sister was born with a heart valve defect. To help prove his case, he says he needs to know exactly where he lived on base.
Now they want me to tell them, from this perspective of a 4-year-old boy, so what neighborhood did you live in? I don't know.
How do you know what's the right move to make?
Right now, it's a big fight.
It means tracking down a lot of old documents. And attorney Bruce Poole says there's much more.
You have to substantiate not only that you have that cancer or that birth defect because you were at Camp Lejeune and you were exposed, but then you have to show what that loss was to you.
How confident in you that you're going to get this?
I'm not confident at all. We're going to do our best.
We owe these people, and they deserve better.
Poole and others also worried not enough staff exists to handle what could be hundreds of thousands of claims.
They aren't prepared for this.
Claims are being handled by the Navy Judge Advocate General's Corps, JAG. In an email, a Navy JAG spokesperson tells the I-Team the Navy is closely monitoring the number of claims received and continually assessing its practice. The Navy will take appropriate actions, if required, to address any potential bottlenecks. Also, Navy JAG says it has received approximately 8,000 claims so far, and at this time, no claims have been adjudicated.
Let's figure out how to make this process work so that people can be fairly compensated, families can be taken care of, while it still means something.
Ensminger and Huguenin encourage anyone thinking of filing a claim to do it right away and to hire an attorney.
They would be making a serious mistake not to file right now.
This is Nick's yarn and his flag from his funeral.
As for Nick Geiger's mother, Patricia, she's going to try to file a claim on behalf of Nick's daughter.
Yeah, I'm fighting for Nick. Yeah, I'm carrying on his battle.
The deadline to file a claim is August 10th, 2024. If you do file a claim, Navy JAG will have 6 months to make a decision. If the claim is denied or if there is no response, you will then have 6 months to file a lawsuit in federal court. And we have the specific requirements for filing a claim on the WBAL TV app. Reporting live from the newsroom, Barry Sims, WBAL TV 11 News.